All right, so in this breakdown, I'm going to be going over a basic game plan that I think Tank Davis could utilize to defeat Shakur Stevenson based off his performance against Williams Zepeda. But first, I want to start out by saying this moment where Zepeda caught Shakur with the up jab, Shakur was not hurt. Shakur was not stunned. The reason why it looked so bad was simply because Shakur was throwing the punch. You see, he was with his left hand, he was throwing a straight left, right, going to the right, going in the opposite direction. Zepeda is jabbing in that same direction that Shakur was throwing his punch. So you have those momentum both going pretty much to the left. Or I should say the momentum is going to Shakur's right and Zepeda's left. But all in all, the point is Shakur had two forces of energy going in the same direction. And he got caught. He ended up being off balance because of that. That's why it looked so bad. But if you watch it, he wasn't really hurt. Now, back to the points, bro. After watching this, I was sure that if Tank Davis utilizes the right game plan, he could beat Shakur. One of the main points that Zepeda was able to be successful with was that damn jab. But it's multiple things that I noticed where it's like, Shakur is great, don't get me wrong. Like, he's great. He's like that at lightweight, but he fights in a certain style. All styles have weaknesses, and he tends to fight in this same style over and over. But let's get into it. Back to my main point, the jab. The jab was working like magic for Williams Zepeda. It's just that Zepeda couldn't build anything off of it. Why? And I'm going to show you later in this breakdown, but pretty much he fights tall, and Shakur fights tall as well. They both fight at the same level for the entire fight. So you're fighting somebody who fights tall, and you're shorter. So you're punching up, you're reaching. You're also slower. You also have flat feet. You also don't hit that hard. But with all of those deficiencies, Zepeda was still able to land that jab. So imagine somebody as athletic as Tank working his jab. And we're going to see in the slides later a fight where Tank did that. And I think he could, and it was against a southpaw as well. I think he could utilize the same setup that Zepeda was doing and take it a step further because he's just a naturally better athlete in overall boxing. Here's another still footage of Zepeda landing that jab. Like, this shot landed for him over and over multiple times throughout the night. That was the money punch. Now, of course, the Shakur fans and Shakur himself, they're going to use a disclaimer that Shakur fought in a certain style to make it entertaining. Shakur said he's never going to fight like this again. Blase, blase. But at the end of the day, it's not like we've never seen Shakur get hit before. I mean, he attested himself that he took a mean body shot against Oscar Valdez. You know, like, when you box, you're going to get hit. The only fight where he really probably didn't get hit was the De Los Santos fight, and he can't afford to fight fights like that anymore. That was one of the most boring fights in the history of the sport. So even though he's not going to sit there and be in a pocket against somebody like Tank, he's going to have to trade. He's going to have to let his hands go. Now, this is another point. During one point during the fight, this shows you just how basic Williams Zepeda is. Zepeda touches Shakur's guard. Shakur was blocking things in the pocket, standing his ground, making it an exciting fight for the fans. Zepeda touches the guard and builds nothing off of that. If this is Lomachenko, Tank could do this as well. Keyshawn Davis will knock the guard out of the way with his lead hand and then come with something else after that. But Lomachenko, he's going to tap that guard. Just tap it and then throw hard shots to the body. He's going to build off of that. He's going to split the guard. There's so many different things you can do when somebody puts their hands up like that.